it's hard to blend in when your family stands out. That's a quote from the book Roxie in Color, an inclusive novel being released June 2nd, 2026 that I've recently had the opportunity to read. Roxie in Color, co-authored by Diane Debrovner and Stacy Cervenka, is the heartwarming and relatable story of Roxie, a girl starting 7th grade at a new school after her family moved to a new city. I don't know about others' experiences, but for me and both of my children, middle school was one of the most challenging times of our young lives. As I read, I was immediately brought back to 7th grade. The expectations from parents and teachers, the desire to fit in, the desire not to stand out or be different, and the anxiety inherent in finding a place to sit every day in the middle school cafeteria. Roxie's story opens our eyes to the novel and the mundane of her life experience as a child with 2 blind parents, while also demonstrating that inclusive stories are for all readers, not just people with a represented disability or condition. As a parent who is blind with children who are sighted, this book afforded insightful and meaningful discussion with my oldest sighted child, who's a 20-year-old young adult now. The most brief answers are provided here. Were they ever treated differently because their mom was blind? Yes. Did they ever feel embarrassed or like they had to hide my blindness from other people? No. Did they feel like me being blind made me less capable or valuable as their parent? Emphatically, no. My family dynamic and Roxie's are different. But after enjoying this book as my bedtime reading, I genuinely believe this book would be fantastic for any middle grade reader and most late elementary grade readers, as well as any readers who care about the telling of inclusive stories. It's especially relatable to those of us who feel we or our families stand out for whatever reason. I appreciate that this book shares an accurate portrayal of several blind people, how they live and function day to day, doing the same things everyone else does, just a little differently, without reading like a Wikipedia entry on how to be a blind person. As a guide dog handler, I love that the guide dog representation in Roxie's story is based in factual information, and the more emotional dynamics are based on the experiences of actual blind guide dog handlers. One of my children is nearing the end of middle school, and as an adult, I've had to endure middle school. So while I'm abundantly grateful I never have to live through middle school again, I loved being brought along for the literal roller coaster that is 7th grade, especially as the new kid. And I genuinely appreciated that we're all able to walk alongside Roxie as she realizes what matters to her, as she embraces her passions, and as she finds her way one step at a time. In order to not spoil the end of the book, I will simply say that I'm truly happy with something revealed to the reader. It could be very easy to watch this video and think that I'm a confident, strong, fully capable blind individual, and I am. Now. But as a young blind person, I hadn't even accepted that I was blind yet, nor had I found confidence in myself, who I am, how I show up in the world, and the immense value that I would bring to the world as a blind person, just as I am. It took me a long time to realize that I could do nearly everything my sighted peers could do, just in a different way, and that I can feel confident and empowered living my life authentically as a blind person. I genuinely hope our authors might be setting the scene for us to experience more alongside Roxie and her family through a sequel. Fingers crossed. I hope everyone gets a hold of Roxie in Color. As someone who doesn't have a lot of free time, reading this book was a delightful escape from my own day-to-day adulting, and I believe would have been so poignant and relatable for my own sighted children when they were younger as well. Thank you to authors Stacy Cervenka and Diane Debrovner for the opportunity to read this advanced copy and to give my honest review of Roxie in Color. It was my honor. For those of you who would like to get your hands on Roxie in Color, the book is available for pre-order and it releases June 2nd, 2026. Roxie in Color will release in print, braille, and audiobook. It will be available through the NLS. The website for pre-order is listed in the description below. I hope all of you enjoy Roxie in Color as much as I did. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. The screen is currently showing the cover of Roxie in Color. The cover shows a young girl painting, bright colors splashing across the space with the text of the title styled in playful, colorful lettering.